Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. I'm back at my easel and we're going to do a little more work on this painting. I've adjusted the easel to come up a little bit higher. That's what's really nice about an easel like this, is it can go up and down. So when I'm working on this part, it's eye level and comfortable for me. And as soon as we get started, I'm going to start moving the camera closer because it still wasn't quite close enough last time, I didn't feel. So here we go. Let's move the camera and then we'll get started, and you'll just have to hear my headless voice while I'm working. Let's see. I think that's your good angle. We'll see how that works. Let me bring this down just a touch because I know you don't really just want to see the back of my head while I'm working. So we're going to try to, that's not too bad. Okay guys, here we go. So I'm going to use one of my new brushes today. Except it's stuck to another brush. That's weird. Okay. So I'm going to start working on the lake part of the painting because I want it to be I want it to be misty and mysterious, but we need it to make sure there's a separation here from the land to the water. So we're going to make the color here bolder for a minute, and I've actually moved this up too high, so we're going to bring it down just a little bit. I actually have a little trouble with my shoulder from doing murals and also house cleaning work for many years, so I have an injury in my shoulder, so I try not to lift my arm up too high when I'm painting. And that's, again, what's so nice about an adjustable easel. All right, so you want a dark line back here because we're fading into these mountains who have they're disappeared, but they aren't just coming up from the water. We've got a few hills and interesting pieces that are going to come in front of those mountains so that you get a better depth perception as it's farther back, bringing it farther back. So you give it an idea. That's my paintings. I like to try to give it an idea. You don't have to really know what's going on because I want it to be, my goal with all my paintings is to make you feel happy and also just kind of mysterious, and you can put yourself in that painting. And if there's too much detail, then your imagination's taken care of for you, and I don't want to do that. I want you to feel like you can imagine yourself there somewhere. I really like this new blue that I've got. It's called Lake Blue, and I haven't used it before, but look at how brilliant that is. I think that looks really nice. And then over, see, you've got darker in this corner, and so you want brighter coming out in this corner because you want to catch the eye. So I accidentally made it dark because I thought I was grabbing a different color than I was. That happens. Anyway, there we go. So now we have an idea of where the lake is ending up. And we're going to bring some more mystery back into here, back a little further. The way I do things, I don't think that everything should be matched or perfect because you don't see anything that way. It would be really boring to the eye if everything was straight and flat. And I mean, even in the flatlands, there's differences in the way the land moves and the light fades. Okay, so there, that gave it a little interest there. Hopefully you can see it pretty well. Let's see. Let's bring the camera down just a little bit. There we go. Sorry about that. Still learning how to do this. I'll get it right eventually. One day, in my old age, I'll be like, hey, look, this is how we do it. But we'll have moved on to some other kind of technology by then. All right, so now I also want the water to have some differences in color, because water is, again, not the same. In most of my paintings, I like the water to have some movement. This one, I want it to feel very flat because of what I'm going to be doing with the trees in the middle. So I want them to stand up out of this flat water that's going to have some mist laying over it. And the more brilliant you bring something out, the closer that feels to you in the color. So the brighter this color, that brings that closer to you. And then we're going to set it back just a bit. We're going to bring a little darkness to give you an idea that maybe there's a little peninsula there where you might be standing and looking out at this scene and wondering what's back there. Again, you don't want your brush to be too full of paint because you can overpower your canvas. But again, if you did, all you have to do is, bring some more gesso in there, run it down, let it dry a little bit, and then go back at it. I do it a lot. Being, I don't know, the kind of artist that I am means there are many mistakes. And then when I get to this bottom portion, I bring it up here on this little ledge right there, so that I don't run into things with my hand. So now, another tip I'd like to share is that there's a certain point where I do just have to step away from the canvas because I need a different perspective to look at. Because you can get too caught up in what the detail you're doing right now, and then when you stand back, you don't see it the same way. So I'm trying to bring as much brightness down into this left corner as I can, because I want to bring your eye here, and then I want to bring your eye up to about right here. This is where I want to bring the tree out of the lake. And I don't know if I'm going to accomplish or not. I'm telling you what I want to do. Doesn't mean I will do it. So, and right there, I feel like I overdid it. But we can fix that. And then you can also grab some, well, sometimes you got to grab some water to work the paint a little bit more, to blend it. I am really a blender. I like lots of blended color. Okay, so I think you can see it pretty well right there. I hope so. I can't really redo the video. So we're going to stop there today. Next, we're going to do the really scary part, and that is put the trees in. Because you've got all this done, and you're like, that's pretty good. And you could just leave it like that. You could mess with the mountains a little bit more, and you've got a painting. But my goal here is I want to show off some trees that I enjoy doing. And also, I'll step back and see, like here I can see some stuff that I like to fade a little better. I want it to float a little bit more right there. And I'll go back and do more of that. I won't do it without you seeing it, but later, after we get the trees placed, then you'll get a better feel of where things are at. But I'm pretty happy with the color at the moment. So you can see the lightness here behind the mountains that we did it's getting reflected here in this lake, and that is very pleasing to the eye and the way the color lays. And my goal is peaceful, so I want, when you look at something, to feel rested instead of all over the place. And And then I do other paintings that are all over the place. It just depends on the day and what we're doing. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day out there. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back soon. Bye.